Thanks for keeping your promise, Liam Sexy Boy. I hope it isn't a little too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any stuff. Fuck you, Natsuki. I can do whatever I want to do, woman. Sayori told me that you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Haha, loser. I like manga. What happened? Did you just get... Did you just... Hair was shoved into her mouth and so she couldn't make any sounds to disagree. Natsuki finds herself between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her... What's wrong with manga? Manga is literature. It has words. It also has pictures, but words. Pictures. Pictures. Don't worry, guys. Liam Sexy Boy always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. That's... is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Liam Sexy Boy could become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like such a big deal. Oh, wait, no. Sayori made it sound like such a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, don't worry. Don't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How could this girl accidentally be so cute? She even picked out a book I think I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. 3 years later I finish it. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now everyone's settled in. I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activity for the club. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica seem to be having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help to notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I don't want to go to Natsuki. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her... Wait, what? But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, you know? Is that the book that you... Wait, that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and readable story. Is that so? Well, what's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Marakov. One second, I'm gonna go Google that to see if it's a real book. Okay, so it's not a real book, but it is a painting, and I couldn't look at anything because it all said spoilers, Doki Doki Literature Club, so I think that's just a fake thing. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on its front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure that I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in a high school who moves with her long-lost sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, but so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Liam Sexy Boy? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, it's not just because someone wants to be evil. It's because they have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you relate to the protagonist, they made out... Wait, what? They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess that's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know, that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying anything strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I don't really think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. At least, the least I can do is listen. This is a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book and... what? That I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ooh, sliding into those DMs. Why is she sweating so much? Or is that a singular tear? Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. It's that is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Well, alright. I open the book and start at the prologue. As I stood... as I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. How do you timidly close a copy? Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Ooh. Look at that. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. This is not between us. This is like mostly on her side. She's basically holding it and it looks like you're just stealing her book. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. Wait, isn't this the start of the book? That looks like they're pretty deep in already. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after that. After it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. And she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. That's probably the least I can do, since you're so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, she just assumes that I finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page feels almost like being in an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Oh my god, I just realized that she's looking at me. That's so creepy. Ooh. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Liam, sexy boy, that's probably a terrible thing that I have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it that that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think... God damn it, Monica, you're such a cockblock. I think it's time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, sparing from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... He's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, closing the top of my thumb. Wait, what? Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer me to read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I think I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of a loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. In the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can't already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. I think I'll go with Yuri. She was kind of my target. Yuri seems to be more experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What's that for? ... Did I just say that out loud? Yuri's first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. ... Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they try to form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressive are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, but building them. But getting them to work together is the most challenging part. It takes you some time, but it all comes with practice and learned by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Uh, um, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thoughts, process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. I can't read that. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Does that say bathing? Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, bathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Oh. I feel like this poem was supposed to convey, like, that the water was comforting to her, and she's talking about the reflections and stuff. Oh, fuck you. Don't even say that. You haven't seen my writing. My real life writing is like freaking hieroglyphics. It's so bad. I'm sorry that I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Liam Sexy Boy. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Ah, you fucking idiot. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering, her past remains in a place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about it. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know what? I was really nervous about doing this all. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Liam Sexy Boy. Me too. I think I'm gonna do Natsuki last because I hate her so much. Monica! Hi, Liam Sexy Boy. Wait, hi, Liam Sexy Boy. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, alright? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow. I'm more settled in. Anyway. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to do. Don't worry about it, Liam Sexy Boy. We're all a little bit embarrassed today, you know? But this is a short barrier that we'll get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Liam Sexy Boy. I was going ooh in my head at the end. Oh wait, no, oh in my head at the end while reading it. This is really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing so full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Sayori, who's likes using simple and direct words to describe his happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when the readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out just by the feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of their nuisances. I can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her levels yet. Don't worry about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by I'm sure I'll end up trying a lot of different things. Well, that's okay. I love to see you try new things. The best way to find some style that suits you. Everyone else may be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what best suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way others write. The way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to impress them or anything. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's cause I do... Wait, what? That's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the directions spackles... Wait, what? The spackle? What? What the hell's a spackle? Protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. A peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind. Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with the permanent copy of a meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Wait, it was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That's creepy. That's actually a nice poem. So what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between worlds and lines. When I performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to poet. I guess you could say I had some kind of empathy recently. I wish that someone would just slap me so I could read better. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about some deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That's some really good advice. Sayori. Oh god, I'm not ready.
Huh? This is a really good poem, Liam, sexy boy. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. I've only done blow so far. It's not that good. Am I that kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess not. That's why it really impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was kind of afraid you would do it seriously. Or wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It kind of reminds me of that you're part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room.
Wait, what? Oh no, that's me. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Liam Sexy Boy. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be the way of thanking you.
Alright. I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right?
Oh wait, what? Oh, yeah, no, that was her.
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's secrets, but I trust you too. Wait, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay, thanks. Very deep. I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, it's just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit. It's a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, it makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Huh, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip a breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Ah, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. Oh, no.
But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever! Well, I guess I look forward to it. Dot dot dot.
Dot dot dot.
Liam Sexy Boy, you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home!
What? Harsh.
What do you expect me to believe, that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put this effort. We all start from somewhere, right? I'm still proud. If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about.
Fine. Well, sorry.
I don't know, I've given her a lisp.
You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve. But you're the best just to try out again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I gotta start mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. It's kind of obvious who's, the worst in this club. And I don't know if it's me, because I haven't read my poem.
Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it, you fucking liar.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. so people don't have to take my writing seriously. But...
But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things, but it can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other thing about this writing poem is it puts more around wordplay. It's like set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps me bring the feeling that's the last time.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it meant to be a pro. I'm glad that you're learning something. I didn't expect you... you didn't expect it from the youngest one here, did you?
No, get away from me. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I didn't really care about how old everyone else is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated, as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess this is what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori, Monika are happily chatting. My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchanged sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch their eyes, watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyes furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's this language?
Did you say something?
That's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk in one hand. I guess you could say
it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You really mean that you have to try... You mean you have to try... You mean you have to try hard to come with something nice to say? Thanks, but I didn't really have to come in nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I wouldn't have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Liam's ugly boy did too. So based on that, I gladly give some of my suggestions of my own. First of all...
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Hair in her mouth. And Liam's sexy boy likes my poem too, you know. He even told me that he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands... Oh, where'd the music go?
Oh! I didn't realize that you were so invested in trying to invest our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I said.
You're just...
Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Liam's sexy boy appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? How do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you full of yourself?
No. I was full of myself. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Liam's sexy boy showed up.
Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you!
I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me, just as I noticed they were... Liam, sexy boy, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself, then I would really appreciate some symbolism. I just in the first place. I don't want to find... explain it to her, name, sexy boy.
Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex and feelings and meaning. How did you get confused by this poem? This poem wasn't that... poem wasn't that confusing. You used like 2 slightly big words. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself is also a waste. You understand that, right, William Sexy Boy?
Well?
Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I didn't know anything about Reddy. But whoever I agree with, they probably think more... I mean... Natsuki needs to shut the fuck up. Yuri's right. But I don't want to start beef between the two. Sayori! Natsuki! Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words that I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri! Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't even bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah. Everyone's fighting to make Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friends feel like this?
Young sexy boy. Well, that's her problem.
Oh, now I really hate her. I agree. Oh, how dare you. Oh no, okay. It's unfair for others to interject with their own feelings into our oh, you fucker.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri to suck up jerks, she's being mean.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly...
Oh.
Why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are both my friends. I just wanted everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poem. They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. Why are we fighting? But because...
Well...
Also... Natsuki's cute.
Wait, what?
Natsuki's cute. There's nothing wrong with that. Lesbianism. And Yuri's boobs are the same they always were. Big and beautiful.
I was joking about my last comment, but I'm starting to doubt myself. Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, but I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can't blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes she's weirdly suspicious. Wait, what? It's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself get hurt. That makes 2 of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good vice president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing your poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
I'm sexy boy. How about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Oof. Awesome. In that case, why don't we do the same thing tomorrow? and maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Liam, sexy boy, you ready to walk out?
Oh, sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Liam, sexy boy, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. I think seeing you get... But I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone likes you too. You know, me, Natsuki, Yuri, and Hair Girl.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Sayori looks like she hasn't caught on to what kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Yes, it does, because you'll ruin everything. Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I would pat her on the head. I pat everyone on the head. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometime. What?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do this.
He whips out his massive no. Alright, I think that's enough for today. I'm gonna save it here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'm liking the game so far, so I think I'm gonna do some more. If you like this video, then go ahead and subscribe. If you want more, then, too bad I'm doing it anyway. Until the next video, goodbye.